Welcome to the sit down with my co-host John DiThomas, aka Sumo Giant Man Comics, and we have a very special guest here today, Mark McConnell Jr. Welcome aboard, brother.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me, guys.
So we want to kick this off. We're gonna move some things around because I want to get right to the point. You and John, how long have you guys been friends?
At least probably like 4 years. I came in with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
I think because I'm friends with Patsy Amabel, and he was like, "Oh, go to Giant Man. You know, he might buy those off of you." I had these 10-backs and vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures.
88 10-pack.
And he bought like all of them off me, basically.
I wasn't letting him leave.
Yeah. So and
I think I overpaid because you did.
I did great.
I did great.
You got hustled.
See, if anybody can hustle John, it's me.
It was a good deal. It was a good deal.
It was, yeah.
It was a ball buster because a couple years later, because I'd probably let them fly with like 400. I went, yeah.
Yeah. What are those worth now? Like, I mean, they're
around the probably. I mean, you had all 10 if I'm not mistaken.
I had a lot.
I'd say the 10, at least the 10 are 800 to 1,000.
They went up that much.
They vary though. It hits high, sometimes low. I mean, it's
and
crazy.
The condition of the pack.
But yours were all good. They were good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got them off of what's his name?
Rick Fusselman.
Rick Fusselman. Right.
So you guys been friends for some time now, and so a couple reasons why I requested to have you come on was two reasons. I've seen you've done some podcasts before in the past, and we'll get into a little bit more about Mark and who you are, but we have a special event coming up, and that I think it's first of all I want you guys to be able to promote the event. So, so John, why don't since it's your show,
gotcha.
For the card show, why don't you give the audience a little bit of feedback?
It's going to be our second annual trading card show down here at the St. Margaret's Club. Our first one. Mark was actually a vendor. I didn't get to be a vendor because we didn't have no more spots left.
You sold out.
Yeah, so we didn't have any. And you guys, everybody did good. I did
really
not hear one bad thing about the show, one bad thing about the venue. Everybody did well.
The people,
it was busy. It was fantastic. And so, I do this small stuff like this because you know how I feel. I'm just tired of going out of town and do this stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't we have this in Newcastle? Why aren't we doing it here?
Yeah, at least something,
Exactly.
And this is the second one we're doing in
Right.
a few months really. We did the first one at the
4
beginning
months,
of summer, and then this one's basically the summer.
So the first one was here as well?
Yep.
Okay. So for the listeners, the audience, what is a card show? What are they? So the people that aren't really informed. Yeah. So what can they expect if they were to
Let's
attend?
say we had probably 35 different vendors.
Okay.
Bringing sports cards, bringing Pokemon, bringing Magic. Wow, what's the other one?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, all that stuff. And you could buy singles, you could buy sealed product, anything. It's like the Pokemon stuff right now is so tough to find. So you're not going to find it at like Walmart and Target. It's too tough. You won't find it. So it's always secondary market on that stuff.
So for the listeners, the viewers that are they're not that doesn't know too much about that. So it's like we're gonna have people here like from like the football collectibles, basketball,
Absolutely.
baseball. So
all
that
kind of sports, all kind of.
That's been going on for years. People have been collecting.
Since, forever. I mean,
Right.
I think card shows got real popular. in the late '80s or early
90s was big, real big.
I mean,
anything they could print on cardboard, they printed it.
Yeah.
They printed anything on cardboard.
And that was when people were buying sports cards like crazy back then. Now cards have
they actually reemerged
evolved.
It died.
They come back?
It died bad.
During COVID was when everyone started doing stuff again because nobody had
Nobody
anything
could
else
go out.
to do.
Everybody raided their attics, right?
So people were starting to collect cards, and like the market went crazy. I mean, basketball cards, football, baseball, everything, and then Pokemon took off again.
Reemerged, right.
And Pokemon's been hot ever since, and that's probably, as far as trading card games go, like that's
it's the number one collectible across the board.
And what age group would you say that the Pokemon is? Who does it apply to?
That has no age group.
All ages.
All ages.
From little kids all the way up to probably 90-year-olds.
Yeah, I get 60, 70-year-old men coming in buy packs off of us. Yep.
So right now for Sumo, that's a hot item in your store.
It's a hot item, but it's also a hot item that I can't find. So I have to go sniff this stuff out.
Yeah, you got your little secret formula.
Right. And we're always buying. I mean, it's tough to find the product, so you have to buy it secondary market already.
I got you. I've been with you on a lot of those trips.
Right.
And so, Mark, you're setting up?
Yeah. I did one last time. I brought in sports cards, a lot of baseball cards. I had some Otanis and some Judge cards, and then I brought in my Pokemon.
Those are hot too, aren't they? Otani's real hot.
Otani rookie cards.
Like I could draw a stick figure with him in itself.
Oh yeah, I mean you figure he's like the modern day Japanese version of Babe Ruth. I mean, you're not going to get any better of a ball player.
Wow.
So he's been, his card prices went up big time. I still have some nice Otanis left. I didn't sell all of them, but yeah. And then I do Pokemon. I do Yu-Gi-Oh. I actually didn't bring any Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm bringing Yu-Gi-Oh this time. So if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh collector, I heard some people were looking for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's kind of hard to find, but I'll make sure I have my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff with me. I'll have some Dragon Ball cards too, which are really nice looking.
The new One Piece as well is on fire too.
Yeah, Bandai makes like the One Piece cards and the Dragon Ball cards, and they just do. The quality of the cards are probably better than Pokemon quality as far as when you get them out of the pack, you have a good chance of pulling a 10 PSA 10s, whereas Pokemon sometimes it's like just depends on the quality control in English, but. Yeah, I mean, they've really evolved. Like, there's the amount of, like, gold coloring that they put in the cards. And
a lot of detail.
The saturation of the colors and the blues.
Nowadays, too, they have the technology is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So they can pump them out.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail, a lot of textures on the cards now. It's like, it's really, it's taken off, and they're just so nice looking. And I think, a lot of people, especially like, 30 and older and whatever, like they like that physical copy of something. So just to like have like, trading cards, I think, is something that'll probably stick around forever.
Now, you're a hell of a collector, am I correct? You collect a lot of stuff because I've seen.
I'm crazy. Yeah, I'll switch. I have ADD, so I'll switch.
You go in runs like.
I go in runs. Yeah, I'll do some Pokemon, and then I might sell that collection, and then I might go into Yu-Gi-Oh, sell that collection, go into Magic the Gathering, comic books. Oh yeah. He still has probably 3 short boxes of mine at least in there. I've gone crazy, but I try to do it right. I mean, I go on Whatnot a lot, and that's a great place to sell and buy. But the nice thing about like a card show is you get to come in, look at the cards, and if it's something you want, you can look at the condition. It's right there in front of you.
It's physical.
And then you might be able to barter a deal.
You might have something you could trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can trade.
You trade up to
I traded
25. I mean, it's serious.
I remember in the town mall. What was the name of that card shop?
The Hedge. I remember.
Was that the only one that we had in town?
No, one time in the '90s we had over 4 or 5 in Newcastle alone.
Is that right?
There's one on the south side, right?
Yeah, M&M used to have one.
I forgot about that.
There was one at the corner of Rose Avenue and Washington Street. 2 different owners up there, and there was one on Highland Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. That was DiCaprio.
Oh wow!
He had a small place in there,
yes,
right by where the pizza shop is now.
What about Blue Jays was Records, right?
Records.
That was up on Wilmington Road.
Yep.
Okay. So while we're on the subject of the card show, vendors, did you sell out already?
Oh yeah.
So that's sold out.
I didn't even have to add anybody else. Every vendor came back and returned.
Repeat. Now what is it? What is admission?
$5.
$5.
If you want to be an early bird, it's 10. It's an hour early. You get in an hour early.
Okay.
And people do that. It's become a common practice, industry standard, because the people who are after the higher end stuff that they're looking for, they want in an hour early.
They're motivated.
Yes, they come in to see. They want to get the best of the best.
Yeah,
and it's not like you're slighting anybody. It's just
early bird.
Early bird gets the worm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, they people, the guests, the public that they're welcome to come.
Absolutely.
They can also bring product in and
to trade,
trade.
Sell. You're right. All our vendors are willing to look at anything.
Okay,
absolutely.
So now here at the club, we will have. We should have the food available to the menu. Now, which while we're talking about sponsors, there's a couple things I'm going to talk about. The podcast itself is here at the St. Margaret's Club in the basement. So, they've been really grateful to allow us to run this down here. This is Studio A.
Right.
So what I'm holding here is the menu for Clemenza's Cafe. Now, that's Clemenza from The Godfather, but I want this to be updated. I want it to be the Clemenza that I know which is Jimmy Korath.
Korath.
He is the real Clemenza.
Yeah, and he'll be on soon.
So our Facebook page for the St. Margaret's Club will have our menu. Now, it might be a limited menu because it's an event.
That's what we did last time, yeah.
You know, you're to expect 300-400 people. So, you know, our kitchen staff does a great job. The bar, you know, Diana, you know, Jayla, Christy's a new bartender now.
Bob Evans.
Yeah, what happened? You know, I like Bob Evans. He said
I like the name.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, you know, I miss Bob Evans. He fired me up in my first wings. And but anyways,
There's a real Bob Evans.
Oh yeah,
wow.
he's a real one.
yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, he was cool. I guess we got a new bartender, kitchen staff member, which is Tim West, a friend of mine. I'm excited to see him and work with him. So tonight, before we kicked off this podcast, you know, I wanted to share with everybody that, you know, we picked up a few more sponsors. So the podcast that we had taken place before was the third podcast, and it was with Donnie Runyon. And Donnie has now become a sponsor of the show. So and I want to thank Donnie and the Runyon family from the bottom of my heart for contributing. And, you know, Donnie and I have been friends for a long time, but our relationship really took off in the last 6 months. Just to give the viewers a little bit of insight to what's going on. But I also want to give a big shout out to Mike Fanera with 4-Star Pizza.
Excellent tonight.
Mike,
It was so good.
Mike is a great friend of mine. I've known him for years. His family are, you know, they're all from Mahoning Town, and Mike's been in business for years. I'm going to try to get him on the show. Mike is now a sponsor of the show, and let me tell you what Mike did. I called Mike. I talked to him today. Now he wanted to donate and make a pizza for the show, and I got some other people that are in the works. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But Mike originally was gonna make the first pizza for when we have Inch on, Nikki Vellani. But Inch and Bundy, the schedules are conflicting right now. So
Very busy, man.
we thought it was appropriate to bring Mark along, and you know, because I think, you know, you guys can really promote this show. Let the people know.
And Mark's always been fantastic. He's done a lot of stuff. You know, we've done a lot.
Oh yeah, we did
Podcasting. We did. You were at both shows last time. The car show.
So he's no stranger to
no,
you
absolutely,
or the show.
Absolutely. I got guys
business.
like Mark that I'm so thankful for. Like, they're just always in my corner. No, always. You guys always support me.
Of course. I mean, it's great to have, you know, Giant Man downtown, you know, to have that type of store that you can just walk in and, you know, get a collectible, toys. You can bring your kids. There's something for everybody, you know, from
There really is.
cards,
All genres too.
vintage, everything.
So we're going to get right back to that. But I just want to finish by, you know, thank you, Mike Fanera. Mike Fanera.
Thank you. It was fantastic.
Thank you, Mike. It was awesome.
I spoke to him 3 or 4 times today, text message, phone call, did not hesitate. He handheld and delivered. Now the pizza's gone. The pizza's
it's history. We wrecked that.
You see us yeah, we're happy. We're having customers.
It's all in here.
So what we ordered was something different, because I know these guys had 4-Star Pizza before, but what we ordered was something. I wanted something different. I said, Mike, put me in a chili dog pizza. You guys have never had that before. What you guys think?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Right.
I mean, the hot dogs, the onions, the chili.
I'd rather eat it
doubt.
like that than an actual
On a
hot
bun,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to have a cook on it
No,
anymore.
you're right.
The cheese was great. The cheese adds a great addition to
It was
that.
creamy. It was
Yeah.
like a creamy texture to it.
Yeah. It was really good.
So it's like having a hot dog, but in the form of a pizza.
It's not like overwhelming like you might think. Like the balance of everything is perfect. It's
So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. So
Very good.
let's get into so Mark, I met you through Johnny, and my history with you is not as deep as you and Johnny. But let me tell you this: I met you a couple years back. I work with your father,
right. Yeah.
Big Mark, and I've known him for about 5 years now. And you know, he let me tell you, Mark he's proud of you and your sister. I think you're just 2 siblings,
Yeah,
right?
we're twins.
Oh, you're twins. That's
Yeah,
right. And he's him and your mother. What's your mother's name?
Cindy.
They're proud grandparents, and your dad and your mom, they both work. They're hard workers. They provide for their families, and they're a big part of you and your children's lives.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna change some gears, because my man right here is very talented. you're a school teacher, right?
I teach special ed at Newcastle. I teach emotional support right now.
But that wasn't your original degree. You were going for, weren't you going to school for something else?
No, actually, I did. When I graduated, I did start out in education, and then I tried it. It took. I was on and off. I started at BC3, and then I went to Westminster from there, and I was pursuing early childhood special education. But I got to the point where I was like, I really wanted to pursue acting, so I went to Pittsburgh for a little bit. I lied to my parents. I told them I wanted to go to Duquesne for journalism, and I never went. And I got in, I never went, and I started doing some. I started auditioning for some stuff, and I got some gigs, and that's how I met my wife and everything too. So like
Through acting in school?
Through acting, yeah. So I went to Pittsburgh. I auditioned for a few things. I got into a children's theater production of Peter Pan, where I played Peter Pan. I got cast. It was crazy. I got cast the same day that Robin Williams passed away, and Robin Williams is my Peter Pan. Like Hooked, growing up, like Hooked was like the movie that I rented 150 times from Video World.
To study.
The study, yeah.
You remember? Yeah, you. Oh,
yeah. Well, but that's what. But then, yeah. So then I got that part. So it was cool. That was like my first paid gig. They paid me a whopping, like probably like $450 for 16 shows, and that was, to me at the time, that was awesome. And it was 2014.
What'd you say? I'll be in California, no problem. I'll be starring in big screen movies after this.
I don't know. I kind of just wanted to keep climbing the ladder. I met a lot of people through that. So like I got some dinner theater gigs with Mystery's Most Wanted, because they did some stuff with Gemini Children's Theater. I did some outreach shows. So I was working. I mean, within a couple months living in Pittsburgh, I was getting paid to act.
Nice. And
that was really cool. And then eventually I got my biggest gig was Pittsburgh CLO Gallery of Heroes, where I got to do it's like an educational musical, and we go to different schools. We did like 100 different performances from January to May. They paid you by performance. So like some weeks we do you could do a couple shows a day. We did up to that show 3 times in one day, because it's like a 52-minute show. And
different schools.
So sometimes we'd have a school in the morning we'd go to, and then we'd have a different school in the afternoon. So some weeks like we were getting paid real good, and then other weeks we were like we went from eating like at what's it called, Gauchos to like maybe McDonald's the next week, because it was kind of like up and down. But it was, but we knew we were going to get so many gigs, and that's where I met my wife, and she was she's a graduate from Point Park, Cassie McConnell, from musical theater. And so she was always working. She was Dora the Explorer at the Children's Museum and all kinds of stuff. And that's where I met her. And then within a couple months on that tour, the Gallery of Heroes tour, she was pregnant with Cagney, my oldest.
So she was on the
tour
with you.
Yes,
right.
yeah. She had starred in it the previous year. This year she was a swing, which means she got paid at every show, but she was getting she would fill in for people that were sick or stuff like that, which she's great at, because she can memorize lines like nobody's business. She makes fun of me because like it takes me a little while sometimes. So so that's where we met. She was always hanging up my sweaty clothes in the back, because I had to change costumes. I played like 5-7 different characters, I don't know, during that 52-minute gallery. It was all about the inventors of Pittsburgh, we would talk anything that was invented in Pittsburgh. There was a song about stealing glass. I sang a sports song about the sports. It was called Sportstown of America, and there was all kinds of different songs about we talked about the Big Mac and everything like that, the Ferris wheel and things like that. So it was like 52 minutes that we had to set up the set. It was hard work. Like we didn't get treated like, kings and queens. We were like, we had to set up the set, and then, sometimes we were performed on a stage, and other times we performed on a gym floor, So it was, it was a humbling experience, but it was a very great experience. I learned a lot. I mean,
when you're enjoying it, it's not work.
Oh, to me, I was having a blast. I mean,
I don't ever want this to end.
No, I thought it was great. And then we would always hang out afterwards. We'd go hang out at night, and so we all became like friends, all the actors and stuff. And I met a lot of people. My best man at my wedding was also in that show, Nick Mitchell. And then she ended up, during that run, she ended up she ended up being pregnant with Cagney, and my oldest, and we ended up coming home, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just pursue my teaching career again.
Get back to.
And I ended up I was a para at Mohawk for a year while I was getting some credits at BC3 again. And then I went to then I stopped again, went and sold insurance for about 2.5 years. And then when COVID hit, then I finally finished my degree. So now I'll be in my 6th year at Newcastle.
Wow.
Now, so it's going good. I love teaching special ed. For me, it's exciting because there's never like a boring day. You know that you're going to get something,
Gotcha.
and then and you just.
Well, you're multi-talented. You probably utilize your education, but you probably implement your acting and your musical
100%.
skills.
I show them all kinds of like musicals. We do play readings and stuff.
Helps them memorize the content, get them involved,
And
in
they love it.
learning.
A lot of kids, like that are on the spectrum and stuff, are also very talented with music and stuff. So it's like, I've met kids that they have the whole, Nightmare Before Christmas memorized, and they can perform the whole thing.
That's
your
incredible.
attention with what you know.
Yeah, and because I know that stuff and I
Right, it's
appreciate it,
easy.
I let
Comes
them
easy,
do it.
right.
I let them, embrace that part of them. So that's probably my strength, But as a teacher, like, I'm just trying to grow every day and become the best I
Well,
can be.
traditionally, the education system, they focus on, certain, the core areas. Yeah, the curriculum's very, like, this is it, and it's it's
Cut
one
and dry.
size fits all type
Yeah,
of
cut and
approach.
dry.
And
It's hard sometimes, but
we all have our own strengths and we all have our own weaknesses. And so when you get out of school, eventually you got to figure out that's on you to don't let that hold you back. To go with your strengths, your gifts.
yes, that's I think in special I try to really let them know like you're good at this. Like a kid might be really good at drawing, or something sketch, and I'm like, just keep doing it because like that's your gift. Like you were given that gift.
They're passionate about it.
Yeah, and you like doing that. You might be able to make a living at that, or if you're like tech, some of them are very tech savvy. I'm like, just embrace that. Keep working at it. Because that should be your calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I think some educators have the reverse approach to that. They think, oh well, you're not good at science. You're a hell of an English person, but your grammar, you could write a story. You focus on what you're good at. You could if you need to, then work on it. But I'm not saying but that's
and you can incorporate it into that subject matter, so it'll help improve their weak links if you can find ways to blend it in and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's like the truth of the matter. How many people are good at math, reading, science?
All the above.
All of it.
Yeah.
Some people
Nobody.
are.
I don't think nobody
Nobody's
is.
traditionally. Yeah.
All of it.
So it's like you might as well work on the things that you're really good at, and and I think that kind of helps improve everything else at the same time if you're embracing that. That's why I always like the Montessori methods where they're like, all right, kids, here's different sections, go do what you like.
You wanna do,
and that's
yeah.
what know. But you still got to teach curriculum and things like that, and
Foundations.
the foundation, and it's sometimes it can be challenging because they don't want to do it or something like that. But we get through it.
So that's fascinating. You were just talking about your acting career, and it seems like you did a lot of work in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's definitely my passion. I've been doing it since I was 17, and I haven't stopped. I'm 34, so half my life now. I've probably been in 60 some productions, like regular scale musicals, all the way to like little outreach shows and things like that.
Who got you into acting and performing?
Well, it goes back to my grandma was a music teacher. She had a degree from Dana School of Music. She passed away, and she always introduced me to like everything from Mozart and Beethoven all the way to different musicals like The Sound of Music, West Side Story. I would watch all these on her TV. She would have the VHSs and everything, and Frank Sinatra. She introduced me to. Yeah, she was a little Italian woman. Her maiden name was Eva Pia. And
this is your mother's mother.
My mother's mother, yeah, okay. Eva Retort, and I don't think if I didn't have that foundation, I don't know if I would have ever got into it. But in my younger life, like I learned all that stuff, and then I started doing sports and things like that. And later on, sports, I'm only 5'5", so sports weren't really, I was really good at them, but after junior high, everyone was getting taller and bigger, and I was kind of staying the same, and so I kind of like, everybody else that had the potential, they kept going, I kind of just flatlined, and I remember just being like, I don't know what my thing is, I don't know.
Right.
And
it's hard to find it.
And going into my junior year, I went to see Jersey Boys on Broadway. I was in New York for the first time I was ever in New York City.
I love Jersey Boys.
Yes, yeah, and I picked Jersey Boys to go see. We went to see Jersey Boys, and I think it was just me and my dad. I think the rest of them went to Wicked. And the moment Christian Hoff, who played Tommy DeVito, he was the original. He won the Tony Award.
Oh, he was incredible.
Yeah.
I've watched it. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I saw him on stage, and I was like, oh.
Was he better on stage, or was it better on the film?
He was. You're thinking of John Lloyd Young, who did Frankie. He was the only one from the original production to be in it. Christian Hoff didn't get to be in the movie.
So the one I'm talking about was with
John Lloyd Young. Yeah.
Okay.
He was the original Frankie Valli. Yeah.
Okay.
He's amazing. John Lloyd Young. I think on stage, he won the Tony Award as well. So
they're both great.
They were both great. Yeah. So Christian Hoff, though, he comes out and he starts singing, like, "That's our song. Oh, what a night. Si, so I love French." And I was like, "This is cool." So that's what made me audition for the musical in 11th grade, and I ended up getting cast as Nicely Johnson in Guys and Dolls. Have you ever seen Guys and Dolls? You would like it because it's about gangsters and stuff.
Yeah, a long time ago.
You seen
I
it?
never seen it. No.
Well, hold that thought for one
I'm
second.
not cultured.
Oh, we'll have to watch the movie with Sinatra and Brando.
We'll get into that in a second, but hold that thought. What I wanted to ask you was, I think it was 2 years ago, me and my girlfriend Elaine and her sister went to see you perform.
Oh, nice.
And it was at the Newcastle Playhouse, and it was a production that was put on by Leslie Austin, Memphis. Is that right?
Yes. I played Huey, Calhoun. That was a dream role. I couldn't believe that we got the rights to that show, or that they actually selected that show, because that show came out in 2010, and I used to sing all the songs from it and stuff, and I used it as audition pieces and things like that. So when I saw that we were doing that, I was like, oh my God, I have to play this part.
I can knock this out.
Yeah, I got to do this.
Is easy.
And then I walk in, and Cindy Hanna, who directs, she goes, "Oh, my Huey's here." She just handed me the script, and I was like, wow, okay, here we go. But we had to do, and then Jennifer Austin came in to play
Leslie's daughter.
Yeah, my
Co-star.
My co-star, yeah, and she was phenomenal.
Oh my, you guys both were.
Thank you. Yeah, and then my wife came in 2 weeks before the show to play my mom. Because,
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had something happen, and she learned that part. So that was fun. So the three of us, and then the rest of the cast was young kids, which it's not supposed to be, but we pulled it off. I mean, we were very passionate about it, and I wasn't letting that. It was probably the most nervous I ever was for a show, because of how big the role was, how many high notes and stuff I had to sing and things like that. But I couldn't believe I was getting to play that part, and it was a dream come true. Really.
Now, what that Memphis? What era did that take place in?
So that was the 60s, right? Yeah. So in Memphis, when there was still segregation and things like that. So
Right.
Yeah. So it was kind of or was it the fifth? I should know this. It was 50s, 60s era.
Yeah, it was.
Come on, Huey.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, Huey wouldn't know really either, because Huey's, but it was that time where the radio station was still playing things like Perry Como and some of those old standard slower music, a little more square type music. And Huey's goal was to get black music on the radio, and he and rock and roll, and so he brought that, and he basically snuck it. I mean, it's based off a true story. Huey Calhoun was a real person. His name was God.
That's all right. Take your time, buddy.
Wait, what was
Have
it?
another cocktail.
Yeah, I've had it a little bit, but yeah. So the original. Here, let me drink this. It'll come to me.
Wait, Sim, do it. That's our buddy Bundy. Go.
But yeah, it's based off a true character, a true person in Memphis who had worked with like Elvis Presley and things like that. But he basically snuck his way onto the radio. He got black music and rock and roll on the radio.
And that was kind of like at the time, like you said, it was segregation. It was kind of taboo. And,
Absolutely. They had their own kind of stations and things like that, but his goal was to get him smack center in front of the radio dial.
Yeah, because he's seen the genius in some of the work, and now
how you could dance to it and feel good, And
at the time, you said the radio, but we only had AM radios at the time,
right?
Transistor radios, that type of thing. So we didn't have FM.
No FM. There wasn't no Sirius radio.
No, there was no
what
internet.
Do you mean there was a time they didn't have Sirius radio?
You had one light bulb in each room. Yeah,
one outlet in each room.
One outlet.
Mark, when you guys do these shows, like how long do they go? A month or so?
They run for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
7 shows.
Okay, that's what I was.
So we do a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and then we do a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So it's 2 weeks.
They used to be 3 weeks.
2 and 3.
But they've cut them down. Right. Just I don't know why. Because it's expensive for the rights. The longer you have a show, the more you have to pay for the show itself. What is your involvement with the Playhouse? So I'm actually the membership chair of the Playhouse. So my way of saying that is, so like I'm on the board, but like I just like to, when I'm there, I like to make people feel welcomed and feel like make sure that they're accommodated, and I just like, my big thing is like I like at this point, I've done so many shows and I work with a lot of younger teenagers that are aspiring to be actors and things like that. So my goal is just like, I just like to try my best to be a mentor and a good role model. I wouldn't say I'm always perfect at that, but that's like my end goal. I like to, help those kids out and make sure.
Give it your heart. That's your.
That's where my passion is. I love, acting and singing.
How many shows you've done down there? A lot.
Down there, I've done like 30 probably. So currently, we just started rehearsals for 1776 because it's the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. So that's where my brain is. That's why I forget. It's funny because when I was doing Memphis, like I could have told you so much more, but like when I go to the next show, like everything I switch. Yeah, that goes away. I'm on to something else, and that's where my new obsession. So I bought $100 worth of books on 1776 and
just to study it up.
And it's funny because I'm playing Richard Henry Lee, and the Lees of Virginia were they were like the big family in Virginia to start off, like when the country was just getting its footing. They started with the tobacco trade and the fur trade. They did clothing. They sold clothing, and they also had a connection with London. The Lee family had the Lees in London that they also connected with, or in England as well, and they would have that port that they could get furs and different stuff from there and bring it over to the States and things like that. So Richard Henry Lee is like third or fourth generation American Lee, and he's one of the delegates during the Declaration of Independence, and in the show, they realize they need somebody with like a name. John Adams is talking to Ben Franklin, and he's like we need some in the show, and he's like, we need somebody that can propose this and get a proposal for this declaration. Who should we get? And Richard Henry Lee comes in on his horse. Of course, in the show, I don't actually have the horse on. In the movie, Richard Henry Lee he's on horseback. And he's like, I know who can give you that proposition. Like, who? He's like, me. So I sing this big song called Lees of Old Virginia, and it's like a big character role, and I love it so much. I can't wait to perform it. There's 24 guys in the show.
Wow.
And there's only 2 women. The 2 women are the Abigail Adams role and Martha Jefferson. And then the rest are all the delegates, and then there's like a courier. There's like a leather apron and things like that. But yeah, like Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, John Hancock, John Dickinson. John Adams is like the main character.
This is history, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get much better than that. So like at the end of September, and first week of October, go on newcastleplus.org and get your tickets because it's going to be a great. I got a plug, but it's going to be a great event. Mike Cavalier's directing it. He played John Adams 26 years ago in the first time that they did this production. So he's now directing it, and it's gonna be great because he's very passionate about it, and he always does great work. So
that's October.
Yeah, September
we're gonna have to go.
27th. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
We'll
I'll
go
get you
down.
guys
We'll go
tickets. Let me
down.
know.
Yeah, I'll bring Elaine. You know, John, you bring Erica. We'll bring our girlfriends, and so we went to see Memphis, and I know Leslie, and actually I know her daughters, you know, and her son.
Yeah,
Their
great
son-
family.
Yeah,
Very talented.
and their husband. He was a great
Gordon,
guy.
oh, man,
Gordon, he just
he's-
passed recently.
He was so nice to me during that, and when he passed, that was just
Yeah, how are they doing, by the way?
I mean, I've seen them around. From what I know, they're doing great. I mean, Jennifer just got married to George, which was her fiance at the time.
Okay.
He helped with sound and stuff, I believe, during that show. He's really tech, but they make music and stuff together. He's a music producer, and she does a lot of Christian music. She's very religious, and so she does kind of like pop music, but like it's Christian, you know. She's
They're very talented. I know Lindsay the best, but Pee Wee actually, young Pee Wee lives next like 3 or 4 houses
I
down
work
from
with
me.
Pee Wee at the school. Yeah, he's a pair.
And it's funny that I actually worked with the father, Pee Wee.
Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon. He this is many years ago. We're talking at least maybe 20 years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, Leslie music directed it.
Yeah, Leslie did a great job, and
Just to get all those kids. I think I don't know if you remember much about it, but that moment where we're all in the church singing "Lift Me Up," like that was such a moving moment because I don't know, it was just so fun.
Well, it all come together. The chemistry was great. You guys, I was in a couple independent films. I get my balls busted for it, but a lot of what I've done as an actor is ad-libbing.
Improvising.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of the stuff I've done was with my buddy Jim Coon, and he's an independent. He's been acting. Him and Floyd Jackson for years. They're both my friends. But Jim says I'm gonna start my own production company. Yeah. So long story, not to make it about me, but I have an idea. Because I'm in a couple more parts that are coming up. You guys want to check it out. Hands of Death. I'm a scientist.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of they let me ad lib a lot, and sometimes I get a little carried away.
Yeah,
but
they can cut that out though.
Well, no, they never did.
They keep it.
Yeah, they keep it. But your dad asked me. This is a couple years back. He asked me and a friend of ours, Ron Yasher. Ron's a retired school teacher. He's actually we call him a professor because he has a PhD, and he got it. He retired, then he got into driving bus, and there was a couple parts that you guys needed somebody for, and with our schedule, we weren't able to do it.
Oh, for Memphis.
I don't know if it was Memphis. It was I think it was something during like the Christmas season, and one of them was like for a general.
Oh, for White Christmas.
It might, yeah.
Oh, probably.
And if you ever need anybody, I think John might be interested.
We always want new people coming in and stuff. I mean, I
might look into that. We'll talk more off the camera about that business.
Yeah, don't put it all on the street right now.
I don't want
it might
people.
be too much overwhelming business.
I got a lot of stuff going on here.
Got a lot of irons in the fire.
So not to put you on the spot, could you sing a little bit for us?
Mark can let it rip. I see him on Facebook all day.
Also, before you do that, tell us because you have a TikTok that you're like.
Oh yeah, I do have a TikTok. I call it Marky Music. I started it because I was singing Miss Rachel songs with my daughter, and I was like, it got some views and stuff. So I've been singing. I kind of my thing is to like hold one of my kids.
Right. I see your son now.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he's getting heavier than I'm gonna have to get her back because he's a chooch, and he's built like a freaking bowling ball. Between me and like my father-in-law, like if you see how we're built, it makes sense that he's built like he's a little. Well,
you're built different from your father. Now, I know your father better than I know you.
Yeah, my dad's 6'2". He was real skinny, and he's not skinny anymore, but he's built, like tall and long.
Right.
But my mother's Italian. She's only 5'1".
You got more of the Italian.
I'm built like a retort on that side, and they're a little more stocky, looking like Neanderthals. Yeah.
But everybody eats like an Italian in that house, though.
Oh, my dad loves Italian food. That's why he's an honorary Italian. He actually makes pretty good sauce himself.
He told me about it.
Yeah.
But see, your dad, your father, he owned the Sunoco station up on Wilmington Road.
Yeah.
So you and your dad, I see a lot of the similarities between the two of you, but at the same time, I see the differences. Now he tells me about it. Your dad's a motorhead, gearhead, and here you are. You got all these musical. You're gifted. You have musical talents, and
yeah, I don't care for anything car related.
You change a tire.
I
can't
no.
even change.
I mean, I worked for him, and I was probably his worst employee. But I could put air in tires and put some oil in and stuff like that. But that's the extent. I didn't even work behind the register. I just pumped gas. I didn't want anything to do with it. And I seen him waking up in the middle of the night to go get a tow, and I said, "Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, I ain't doing this.
It's not going to happen."
It's like that. What was the actor in? What's his name? The jerk. He's remember the guy shooting at him from in the woods.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin played that part, and he says, "Die, gas pumper, man!" And he's taking shots at him.
That made me.
You ought to do. That's what you ought to do at the Playhouse. See if you can get the jerk up.
The jerk,
the movie. Yeah.
If they have a play version, we would.
You can play that part.
How do they select that stuff? Like, do they just
do
some research and find out if you're allowed to do it or what?
Yeah, basically, there's an artistic committee, and there's people. Anybody in the public can submit.
You can vote. Toss one in, like say, I want to see Grease. I want to see.
Yeah, okay. and then they go with who should direct and stuff, right. and then so of course the rights have to be available. Like if a show's on Broadway, a lot of the time that show is not available for community theaters.
They block it. Yeah.
Yeah, they block it and stuff like that. A lot of Disney
marketing.
shows.
Let me ask you this: if you went ahead and did that, not saying that you should.
What, doing a show that?
What's the consequences?
Oh, the fines and stuff. Yeah, you can get sued.
Who's going to fine you?
That's what I mean. Like, I don't get it.
Well, people have done it before and got
kidding?
away with it. But at the Playhouse, we're not going to.
Right.
We wouldn't.
No,
Never
just
do.
like I said,
Well, you could do There's people that put on musicals in their living room.
Right.
They do Shrek. You could do that and get away with it. We were actually thinking about doing a production of Into the Woods in my living room with a full cast. Nobody's gonna get on you for that kind of thing. But you could do whatever you want on.
I mean, the musical police, like they bust our balls about Pokemon and stuff. Who are you, the Pokemon police?
Right. Yeah. So different companies, if MTI, Musical Theater International and stuff, if they catch you,
they get word out. Okay.
You can get
something
suspended.
Like you can't advertise it, right?
Yeah,
right.
you can get suspended and stuff from using their companies.
Me, I don't want to get thrown out of Walmart for over Pokemon stuff. I shop there.
Right.
And I've come close.
Yeah, really.
Guy acts up once in a while in the public.
He gets
you have to.
Yeah, you have to. Well,
let them know where you stand.
You guys see some of the shenanigans that go on.
Yeah.
All right, so while we were on the subject of Memphis, so two things I'm going to ask of you for Memphis. I want so the audience can see some of your range. I'd like to see. Do your voice, and then do a song. You don't have to sing the whole thing. Just give us like 10 seconds.
All right. So
I know you know those lines.
I probably don't know right now. To be honest.
We'll use the voice.
Okay.
Talk to me.
So he's so it's almost like a little bit
of an accent to it.
Yeah. So there's a big. Yeah, he has a big draw, and he's like, I'm Huey Calhoun. Welcome here to the radio station here with Dennis Liverani and John DiThomas.
I love it.
To hear, I that took a while to get out of that accent.
You probably went to school talking.
I loved. My friends, some of the people I worked with came to see it, and they would catch me say something. I would draw it out. So it took a few months to get back in, but that was a lot of fun to speak like that. And
he was actually doing that. If you'd have got pulled over by, how are you today? Oh,
yeah. Well, he was also an alcoholic, so then you had to draw even more, and he'd be like, "Oh, baby, come on, you can do this song for me." And so,
That was inebriated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was always had a flask, but I had water in that flask because I had to be on stage the whole time, and I'm just chugging it
kicking back.
Yeah, but the more I drank the water, I would pretend, do the Dean Martin a little bit, and
that's hysterical.
Yeah. So and then he sang. What was going on? He sang radio. Yeah, he sang a lot of. He sang with a lot of soul as well. So. Yes. What you want me to sing something?
Yeah, sing something because like you said, Jennifer was your love interest in the Memphis.
You want me to
her character?
Yes. Yeah.
How would you sing to her in the show? Or whatever one of those songs.
Okay, so Memphis Lives in Me was the big song, the 11 o'clock number. So So yeah, I would kind of do it with a little bit of a country accent. So, there's a town that I call home, where all the streets are paved with soul. Down on Bill, there's a honky-tonk bar. Hear the wail of a blues guitar. Have a beer, drop a dime in a blind man's jar.
Man, my man.
Phenomenal.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That was good.
Man, it's even better being this close to you.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was fun. I mean, I don't know.
Hopefully it comes through on the microphone for the audience that it should be halfway decent, you know.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'm used to always singing in front of my iPhone and stuff,
Right.
and I'm like...
Is that how you prepare for something like that, or how do you...
Prepare for the role, or the...
Like when you're at home, like by yourself, learning your lines, like do you have a place? Do you have a,
Oh, yeah.
What's your
Well,
system?
if
We wanna know.
if you're driving up, you know, where I live, you might see me walking up and down the hill, and I'll be reciting my lines a lot of the time there. Yeah, like right now, I'm preparing for Richard Henry Lee, so I'll be, you know, so I like to get a little. I'm trying to get some steps in. I've been trying to, you know, lose some weight and stuff. So.
It's tough, brother.
It is. I mean, the older you get, it gets harder. But
we got food like this.
Yeah,
pizza rack.
8 slices of pizza.
yeah,
each
I
day.
definitely carb loaded. I got to run my marathon tomorrow.
Hey, Mike, get us another pizza down to St. Margaret's.
Bring one down.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I prepare at home. Like my kids love it. Like because there's instrumentals of almost every musical theater song on YouTube. So I sing the Leesville, Virginia, like over and over, you know. And my kids know it and they love it. They listen
jump
to
in
it.
with you.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
and
they
everything?
start belting. My 2-year-old Calliope, she already, like, you know, she belts along. She'll go
That's
you know?
crazy.
And yeah, so they're all like pretty. You know, everybody, there's always somebody performing in my house, whether it's like my wife singing while doing the dishes, or me singing in front of the TV, or my daughter Cagney dancing in front of the TV.
There's always something going on.
Yeah, because like, you know, and it's because we're just like a house full of performers, so
Right.
it's very, or yeah, either that or like, you know, one of the kids fighting with another kid. You know, it's always dramatic. That's for sure. You know.
Now, is your sister, is she involved with anything with the...
She was. That's how. I mean, she did her first musical in 10th grade. I was 11th. I came in the next year, but she was actually a couple nice parts. Like our senior year, we were Bert and Maggie, which were the producers of 42nd, the play inside of 42nd Street, the musical. And she sings. She took voice lessons and stuff. But she's such a businesswoman now. She doesn't do that as much, but she used to like stage manage and things. She actually makes fun of me. There used to be these community theater awards that out of Youngstown called the YACTAs, the Marquee Awards, the Youngstown Area Community Theater Alliance Awards, and she won one. I was nominated like 4 times when they had them, and I never won. And she was.
We're gonna put a word in.
And well, they don't have them anymore. So the year that I thought I could win, they stopped doing them. So
I can't wait to hit it this year.
yeah, because I was actually doing a show in Youngstown. I was like, oh, I'll definitely get a Best Supporting Actor win for this one, and I didn't think definitely, but like I'm like, there's a decent chance, and yeah, they stopped doing them. But Anne won a YACTA for Best Stage Managing, and she always makes fun of me that she got a trophy, and I never did. So she has more theater hardware award wins than I do. But yeah, so like, I mean, it's fun, you know, like I've done shows in Pittsburgh, Youngstown, and Butler. I used to do shows in Butler, Little Theater. But like, I mean, Newcastle is like, I to this day, I love performing at the Playhouse.
I got
I'm
one
obsessed.
for you. What's the biggest audience you ever performed in front of?
Oh, well, probably the dance recital.
Okay.
Because I had to dress up like a girl, and we did a dad dance with the daddy-daughter dance. I had to come out.
I've seen that. You
Circus,
guys set up
and
a-
I came out with a wig on and lipstick, and I was
Lot of
shimmying and
people,
stuff.
though, huh?
There was probably a couple thousand, 3,000.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh yeah. So honestly, that's probably the biggest crowd, because I had people for a week still going, hey, like, you know, great job in that, you know, and they're like, dang, like, you know, they're like, I didn't know you were going to be in all those numbers and stuff, and I was like, well, they just kind of kept adding me, but because of my theater background, you know, it makes it kind of easier to do those things, you know, dance with my daughter and things
Any
like that.
nervousness out there when you get on?
Oh, like I said, certain things get me nervous. Like I wasn't nervous for the daddy-daughter dance. I was more excited than anything because I loved working with all those dads and stuff. They all felt like rock stars for the day.
Was that what school district?
What's that? That was Jennifer. Oh, she goes to Neshannock, but this was just with Jennifer Lee's dance gallery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody.
Any of
the fathers.
Yeah, all the fathers from around the county. We had people from Mohawk and.
Your dad sent me the video, and I think I got it on a phone somewhere. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize there was that many.
And there's the addition we're going to put onto this show pretty soon. Am I correct? Hey, Dennis, roll that tape for us.
Down the road, I want to
get there
do something with a
you know
TV.
What I mean?
What's
maybe
that?
we can cue up the thing and show what we're talking about.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
what I
Yeah,
love,
with the green screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not even just a green screen, but like a TV. So
Yeah,
if
put
we
it,
want
like,
to pull
right
up a
on-
clip, like,
on the
hey,
thing.
we're talking about a scene on, like,
We can bust balls.
Oh,
with
like a
stuff.
picture,
Say,
like
here
clip.
was Mark.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
Mark.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
so it's live with the camera and that.
Well, when I come back for episode 100, you can do that.
Oh, we'll definitely.
You can
have
call me back whenever. I love this stuff. But
So I'm gonna ask you to sing one more song. We're gonna keep talking here, but
I put
wanna-
you on a spot here.
I'm like singing. I'm drinking the water.
well, you know what? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We could pause for a break, but before we pause for that break, because we're gonna refill.
What do you want to hear?
I want to see something from Frankie Valli.
Oh, okay.
Or from the Jersey Boys or whatever your
You're
favorite.
just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
That's beautiful.
Fantastic.
And for the audience, let me
You're
tell
a
you something.
natural. They
This is
call it.
natural.
Not a natural. it's
Naturally.
Naturally.
This is my man Mark singing. There's no microphone down there.
No,
Now,
there's no.
The acoustics of this place. We're in the basement. We're in the
Kind of
dungeon.
nice.
still
There's
sounds
some
good.
echo. Yeah, that's like my house has a high ceiling. That's why I like to sing there.
I feel like you're in an auditorium here.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna talk to Lou. We might have to have you come back. Would you come back
Oh,
as,
for
as a
sure.
performing?
Yeah.
Give like a paid gig.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you?
I have my own setup and stuff. You during that. Yeah. I used to do cocktail hours for
Get out.
weddings.
For sure.
Well, I did Joanne Nini and Dave Doherty's wedding, and then like just because I'm close with them, and then a couple people asked me to do weddings.
So like a wedding
I started
singer
like a
gig.
little thing. Yeah, I didn't make a big deal out of it. Like I didn't. If I would have had cards, but I sang for like Johnny Sansone's wedding.
Right.
I sang
Oh, my
for
God.
this big wedding in Pittsburgh. I mean, I got to
Johnny
do.
Sansone, the owner of the former owner of Sony's, right?
Yeah, his son. Yeah, I sang at his
Oh,
wedding
wow.
in Youngstown. Yeah, for
Maybe we can
cocktail
get them
hour.
opening at the mixtape thing out here.
Yeah.
Any of the bands they have
Well-
up here, will you let you do an opening? For
Yeah, I'll sing anywhere.
I'll sing out and bring shit. I'll do anything.
I
Go ahead, do it, John. You want to say it? We will talk about that. There's a guy we know, and he used to say, "Hey, I don't want to say his name. Hey,
Right.
how you doing? What are you up to, buddy? Hey, you want to take a ride to Walmart? I don't give a fuck, man. I'll do anything.
Come and get me.
Just come get me. Yeah.
Fucking I'll do
That's how I
anything.
am too. I mean, I got
Excuse
4
the
kids,
language.
so I gotta-
Excuse the language.
Pardon my French.
But yeah, so like listen, man, just to hear you up close, and there's nobody here, just us,
No.
the three of us. We know some people down here. We might be able to pull some strings.
Yeah.
We'll promote it.
Yeah, I would love to.
And
Yeah.
I want to sell this place out. I want to do that for you because you have a lot of talents. You're gifted.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you can get other people too to come with you.
No, for sure. Yeah.
And
We'll have
you're,
a whole lineup. You can.
I
do,
could bring.
like Frankie.
Well, I
We'll
could.
do
I
one
could
night or
bring some
something
of my
like that.
theater buddies and
That's what I'm
stuff
saying.
too. You
We'll
know,
do
sing
it.
with
We'll
me
do
and
it.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
we're gonna
We'll
show.
do it after
My
the card show.
thespian friends.
Let's do it after the card show.
Heck yeah. We'll
Why
do
not?
that. Why not?
After the card show.
I mean, come on.
I'm renting it. Why not?
Let's just throw them all out there. Let's do it. We're doing. I'm
We'll
ready.
do it during the card show.
During the card show. That's
All
all,
right.
maybe I don't know. Would that help my card sales? I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe or maybe
Jump
not.
on top of the table. We'll throw you a microphone.
Yeah, I'll sing. I wanna be the very best. Jason Page will sue me for the because he thinks he's
The
the one who can
Pokemon
sing that
song.
song. But yeah.
All right, so
You know, they got him at shows now, signing autographs.
Oh yeah.
Who we
I
talking
still
about?
love it when I heard this. The guy that like sang the Pokemon song.
Theme song.
Oh.
It's called. It's like gotta catch 'em all with you. Have you ever heard of it?
My nephews are into it, and I never really knew like what's going on
Yeah.
there. You know.
Yeah, the guy that sang it, his name's Jason Page. He's older now. He's middle aged, but he still goes around to cons and sings this song for different like Comic Cons and things like that. And he also has a bad rap because he apparently stole a kid's Gengar or something like that.
I heard that.
What's
Yep.
a
That's how I knew the
Gengar?
name.
It's a
The card,
Gengar's
one.
a Pokemon character, one of the main,
Oh,
one of the
okay.
bigger. Like,
This is foreign to me, so I don't
yeah,
know.
like Charizard's like the biggest. Charizard and Pikachu.
Pikachu.
I
are
heard
the two-
Pikachu. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two big Pokemon, and then like Gengar's like right
Third,
there,
right,
yeah,
absolutely.
third, top 5 probably.
So they say he stole one of these little kids'
Like
cards.
or like gypped them for it. Yeah, so he gets, I don't know, but
Got a bad rap.
he gets a little bit of a bad rap, and he charges a lot for his signature these days. So, but you got to respect him. He's our childhood, I guess.
If they're willing to pay it, I'm willing to take it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think he just gets, because he's so visible now, people just jump on him.
This has been, I've noticed it a lot, going to all these Comic Cons and stuff. I've actually been to where Sergeant Slaughter, the Steiner brothers, the Hardy Boys, nobody in their line. I go, who's over there? They go, oh, the voice for so-and-so. I said, you got legends
You got
right
the
here.
biggest line.
There's nobody here. They're
voice,
over there.
Voice actors.
Voice actors.
Oh, yeah, that's-
literally.
That's
I'm like,
the big thing. Mhm.
and then people like they know who they are. Like I've never even heard of these
Oh,
people.
like in Dragon Ball, Sean Schemmel, who does Goku. People, I mean, he signs thousands of autographs. Probably, and then yeah, you got these people that were like actually perform
Right,
live,
right.
you know, at these huge arenas, like the
Sellout
Steiners,
crowds,
and,
yes.
Rob Van Dam,
Right.
legends.
And there's nobody in their lines.
Nobody's
They go,
in their lines, but they
"What- what
they
do you
put in
think?"
probably a million times more work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, voice acting's hard. Like you gotta, you have to be on, and you have to sometimes put in a lot of energy when you're screaming and things like that. But like,
Make it real.
Yeah. But like, I mean, think about it. Like the amount of work that these wrestlers put into it,
Yeah.
and it's always been
We
kind of.
would scratch our heads and go, Sergeant Slaughter, some no name over there. There's 300 people in line and nobody here. Like, what is going on?
But they want to get that.
Again, it's the era as well. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
The time.
It's the times. Yeah.
Right. The kids nowadays.
Like if John Cena was there, his line would be probably
Yeah,
just
he
as
sold out.
long.
He's coming to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, those Cody Rhodes would. But like Scott Steiner, I mean, he was probably my favorite wrestler.
They're still big names.
You know.
So speaking of the celebrities, the last show, who did you have as a guest? Wasn't it the
The
Godfather?
Godfather. Yeah, the one we did here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you bringing a guest for this show?
No, not for this one. It's
You don't
number
really
one.
have
These
to
guys'
think,
contracts are like now they're like back with the legends with WWE. They got so much bullshit red tape that they really can't even sidestep anymore. Once they sign this legends contract, WWF gets everything. So to get them back, it's a real pain in the ass getting these guys.
But so does it? Did you have plans, or did you have any vision as to get someone outside of the wrestling? Can it be?
We tried to find a couple sports guys. Our two locals, Malik and Gino, are both going to be at training camps. So
it's a little the
obviously-
timing. Of
Yeah,
it.
it's the timing was bad. Right.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Why don't we pause? We'll hit the brakes for a minute, refresh, and we'll come back and we'll close it out.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right. Let me pause this.
I get that. It's all fine.
Okay, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the sit down. We took a little break there. We discussed a lot tonight. We had a little computer glitch there I'm not too happy about. But I think we got some good content for tonight. We got to know a little bit more about Mark and some of his talents. My man is gifted, that's for sure.
No doubt.
We talked about the
Thank you.
card show event, which is coming up on the 23rd. We got Community Day down here in Huntingtown that's coming up this Sunday, which is the 9th. I'd like to have you come back,
Yeah, whatever you want.
and
I love doing these things,
that's for sure.
especially with John next to me.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we do something different. But tonight the big thing was to promote and also we just talked about this. What was the date for the Playhouse?
27.
September 27th, 28th, 29th, and then the following week. So the last weekend of September, and then the first weekend of October is when it runs. So yeah, get your tickets. It's gonna be a great show. I promise.
Okay, and that was for what was the play?
1776. Yeah, the
Okay.
musical. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
For the 250th anniversary of America.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss before we close this off?
That's it.
I think
Always
we're
a
good.
pleasure
Yeah, thank
having
you for having me, guys. I appreciate
Always a
it.
great
Dennis,
time.
thank you. It was
Thank
a
you.
great time.
And I want to ask you real quick, cause, any input, feedback to us, the show?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm very impressed with this only being, like your 4th episode. You guys already have an amazing setup down here with the microphones, the beautiful table and everything.
Thank you.
And, yeah, I mean, you're on a great pace here. I think you could really build this show up, and I hope everything, works out for you, and I'd love to do anything I can to help you.
I appreciate that. That's the goal, to do something positive. And the Facebook page I just created about 3 weeks ago, and we've already hit 50,000 views.
It's pretty amazing.
And I wanted to thank our sponsors. We got the St. Margaret's Club. Thank you, Lou Parada. Thank you, 4 Star Pizza, Michael Fanera. Thank you, Donnie Runyon, the Runyon family, Johnny DiThomas, Giant Man Comics, and all the guys that helped me behind the scenes to make this happen. Ralph Parco, Bundy. I don't want to miss anybody else, but and my family, my brother Michael. How about that haircut? I got a fresh haircut today.
Nice. Nice.
He lined me up real quick on my break, and we're definitely gonna have you back on. And I think I'm gonna have another podcast this week, but I haven't announced the guest yet.
I think I got an idea.
Yeah, I think you have an idea. I gotta check with the individual. Trying to think what else I wanted to say here. I enjoyed our time, everybody, and come back anytime you want, brother. Just reach out to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I agree.
And some of the stuff we talked about earlier, get back to me on. All right?
Will do. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
No problem. Anytime, buddy. Anytime.
Anytime, Johnny.